Good day, writers. We are looking at the law and the gospel, James, chapter 2, verse 10. And Mr. Chambers is pointing out the profound nature of the law. And if we didn't have the law, well, we wouldn't have wrongdoing. And for some people, that's a concept that they strive for. It's just one of, well, let's lower the standard. And I guess intellectually, logically, it makes sense why, if you don't want to have lawbreakers, get rid of the law. Um, but Mr. Chambers is pointing out the uh, reason, I guess, that the law exists. It exists to point out that there is something wrong, and there is a proper way of behaving. And the law is absolute. It 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 is absolute with God, and it doesn't vary in degree, as James points out, that if you're guilty of just one infraction, you're guilty of breaking the law, and it doesn't make a difference what it is. So the flip side is, as Mr. Chambers gets into, is that there's a promise for us lawbreakers. And that's the promise of redemption, and the promise from God that uh, there there is something about us that God understands. We are lawbreakers, but that is not stopping God um, from insisting that we take a look at at the alternatives. And the alternative is a relationship with God. Um, and God will walk you through those pitfalls, the downside of living in a uh, world that has to have laws in order for civilization to exist. So today's exercise really is going to be to identify those things, those laws, those moral laws that you know you're breaking. But perhaps you've been doing them so long that you've just sort of swept it under the rug. Well, let's take a look under that rug today and and start acknowledging them, um, own them, don't discount them, and bring them to God. Bring those infractions to God and talk to God about them. And you will find hope in the promise of your redemption. Till we write again, write on.